Okay, rolling in Motzei Shabbos, we just began learning about Atachan and Tanu. And we began learning that even though one would think that Havdalah is a time of literally separation, and separation in one's mind sounds like distance, sounds like that at this point in which we leave the Kedusha of Shabbos and we enter into the week, it sounds like a place in which we're far from Hashem. The Biyam Darkecha has taught us that that's absolutely incorrect. That the whole purpose of Havdalah is exactly the opposite. A beautiful chiddush. That the purpose of Havdalah is to take the light of Shabbos and to bring it into our work week and to be that soldier as we go from a matziv of Kedusha to a situation of Chol, as we go from a place of spirituality to a place of Nisayon, to a place of test. And as we've spoken, that we're talking about in the world of Shabbos, this could really be in any form, which is a form when one is in a place of Kedusha, and then they leave that place, and now it feels like he's falling, it feels like he's far, it feels like Hashem is distant. So that moment, that's the Atachan Tanu moment, that's the tefillah to do what? To bring the Kedusha with you. So now we continue. We're in Ice Bays over here, and now he's going to explain to us how the tefillah of Atachan Tanu is this precise detail. Says the Biyam Darkecha that this is the pnimius of the Nusach Atachan Tanu, and this we'll start to realize that maybe we have no clue what we're doing when we're davening, and maybe we should have a little bit more of an understanding. Which, listen, halavai all our tefillos, but let's start with this one. Atachan Tanu. V'zu bakasha seinu. Atachan Tanu is a bakasha. That itself is probably something that none of us realized. That when we say Atachan Tanu, we're saying Havdalah, right? It's Havdalah and Tefillah. What does it mean you're saying Havdalah and Tefillah? It means it's a bakasha. What's the bakasha? V'tavdal Hashem Elokeinu bein kodesh l'chol. V'hamodas es mitzios yimei achol v'achoshecha astaros. What does that mean? What does it mean that we're standing the reality that the week is going to be dark? We say to Hashem, Anna, please, Hachel aleinu, allow upon us, as sheishes yimei ha'maisa ha'bayim likrasenu, the 6 days of the week that come upon us, l'shalom, they should be with peace. Chasucha mikol chet, they should be void of all sin, umenukim mikol avayin, and cleansed from all avera. Umedabkim b'yirasecha, and we should cling to fearing you, God. Shetoyer banu, enlighten us as an neshama yisir shel Shabbos. Allow that neshama of its iskenu lizkar as chavas emes shelcham. We should always remember you, Hashem, your truth. B'toich kol avodaseinu b'yimei hachol. V'lo nipol l'shem talas, and we should never have a mistake. Shal chet v'amen chas v'shalom alniyah devuki b'cha be'emes. So we're davening to Hashem. We're asking Hashem at this moment, the moment of separation. We're asking Hashem to allow the light to come with us. And then he says, the Sfardim, of course, have a better nusach, not better, but more clear. What do we ask? Just like you, Hashem, separated us from the people of the world, redeem us, and save us, and separate us from all the issues. And what is the penimius? What is the depth of this request of God? We say to Hashem, Halo ata avinu. Hashem, you're our king. You're our father. Hevdalta us on the You've separated us from the goyim. Shakol mitziyaisam hichitzonius. What is a goy? What is a non-Jew? They are all physical. They are all external. Bilvad. Chayi adama. They're earth. They're nothing. Va'isonu. What are we? Kedushas. We are holiness. Lachios to live. Chayi neshama. Chayi emes alikis. Anna, please. Just like you, God, created us into spiritual beings. When you hear the tefillah like this, it makes us want to daven a little bit. When we say the words, what are we saying? But we realize, what are we really saying? We're saying to Hashem, you've created us with an neshama. You've made us holy. Lias am segula. We're the treasure nation. We live a life of truth. So to Hashem, save us. The days of the week. Save us from all the problems, from the Yetzer Hara, and save us from all the trappings that try to make us fall. And save us to sanctify with the light of Shabbos our emes. We say from all bad decrees, which are outgrowths, shalaviris and afilis. And now he says, Sarach Ato, right now. Bisman Amir Zadachanatonu, it's Motzei Shabbos. Yudavni Maariv. Right now, what do you got to do? La'amol bazeh, you have to exert energy. V'lacha shei v'lahargish, so you got to try to feel this. Ulevakish me Hashem Yisbarach, we want to ask of God. Sheyavir b'toichenu, Hashem, please ignite inside of us. Hashem, please light inside of us. That's the truth. What truth? Hashem Yisbarach nimsa tamid, that God, you're there always, gam b'makim ha'choshech, even when it's dark. Shenizkar, we should remember as Yechuda, your oneness, v'achdusay, and your unity. Shezakinu lahakir ba b'Shabbos, that we merited during Shabbos. You realized it. V'nichnas isam, it's introduced to Toichai Olam Hazeh, latzliach, to be successful. Legalois b'chol davar es ar Hashem Yisbarach. And this last paragraph really teaches us. It's not only about Shabbos, as we keep on saying. This paragraph teaches us that at any moment we are going from a place of clarity to a place of darkness. As we explained the previous weeks. For example, you sat and learned for an hour. You had a nice davening. You did a chesed. You did something spiritual. At that moment, if you were to freeze on life, what do you feel right now? You realize there's a God. You realize you're feeling spiritual. You realize Hashem is with you. And then what happens? You close the sefer and you go out to work. Then what happens? You finish the chesed and you go whatever. At that moment, that's a moment that you're going from kedusha to chol. Perceived chol. It's a moment that you might feel as if, Havdalah, that God is distant from you. You might feel as if you're not connected to Hashem. At that moment, what are you supposed to do? That's the moment. Sarach Ata, right then, you got to stop, and you got to think, and you got to feel, and you got to ask Hashem, please allow the ruchnius, allow the spirituality, allow the fire, the little bit that I feel right now when I'm learning. Please take it with me. Maybe in a way we could say you do daven shachris and you're going out to work. So that moment you finish davening, what's the thought? What's that parting thought when you walk out of shul? Hashem, allow it. Come with me. Come with me. I shouldn't go to the office and feel, oh, now I'm so far from God. No, come with me the whole time. That's really what we're saying each and every week. When we say Atachanantanu, what we're doing is we're recognizing that as we leave and as we go from spiritual to physical, we want to take Hashem with us. And now he continues. Inyan Amiras v'inayam, there's a tefillah we say Motzei Shabbos. Avodah Shni Motzei Shabbos, Amiras pasuk v'inayam. We say these psukim. Shabayim Roim Zim Inyanim Gdolim. It's hidden in green Inyanim. V'nar Ma'at is Miras Hashem. We're going to read a little bit further because this is where he gets really esoteric over here. And we're going to try just to get the basics. Hine behold. Kayach Amiras Amir v'inayam. When you say this tefillah, who should tesefes like kedusha v'kablu b'tefillah Shabbos, we want to is the added kedusha that we got during the tefillah of Shabbos. We want that kedusha, that sanctity, tamshech, to continue to bring it to the week. Sharei, but tefillah Shabbos, and we come Hashem Yisparach during Shabbos, and we daven. What do we get from Hashem? Inside our neshama is Oirah Gadol Shel Shabbos. We get the great light of Shabbos. And Hashem gives us Tosefes Nefesh Ruach and Neshama. We have extra spirituality, extra spirit, extra Neshama. Shem Tosefes Koyach. That's an added strength. Latzliach, to be successful. Lahakir, to recognize. Lahargich Tzem Yishbarach V'Oireh, to feel God. V'Lav Dei Be'emes. So on Shabbos, when we daven, there's a physical thing happening in the spirituality that we're getting an extra boost of spirituality, an extra boost of an neshama, an extra boost of God that's going to allow us on Shabbos to feel Hashem. So now, what are we doing right now as we leave Shabbos? What are we davening? Sheyashir Artei Seves, like there's that extra light. The Shabbos that we got on Shabbos, Aleinu, should be upon us. Limshach Kol HaShavuot, to go into the whole week. What does that mean? We should merit to remain with this. And to dig deep, and it should penetrate into our very fiber of our being, the kinyan gomer, a full acquisition. Even when it's difficult. And to live with this in every matzah. Ad Shabbos Abba the next week. And what's going to happen? Instead of falling during the week, we're going to take Shabbos with us. The next week we're going to be even higher. And then we're going to get even more depth. And every week we're going to get more and more. And then he goes weiter and he explains from the Arizal that during Vinoyam, we're saying 3 bakashas just to point them out. Vinoyam is what? Sheyashalinu Ayres, whatever we had, all those lights that we had on Shabbos should stay with us. Masi Dinikanaleinu, and that which illuminate us from our actions should go with us. Masi Dinikaneu. Now we're asking Hashem that He should prepare us and He should remove all issues from us. Okay, we're not gonna really delve into that. Next time we'll go a little bit further. But the key takeaway that we're learning over here is that at this moment of Motzei Shabbos, at this moment of perceived darkness, at this moment of perceived distance, this is the moment to daven, to recognize it, and to ask Hashem to come with us, and to realize that on Shabbos we got a gift. The gift was the neshama. Every week, Friday night, when we're Mekabel Shabbos, when we have the tefillos of Shabbos, what that does for us is it gives us a little bit of a spiritual boost. We plug in our battery. We feel it. We don't feel it. Hopefully, as we're learning about Shabbos, we're getting a little bit of a glimpse. So you get a little bit, but then you leave Shabbos. So what do we usually do? That's it. Abdallah, flip it all, turn on the computer, and that's it. Flush away the neshama's hair. So what we're learning here is that no, on Motzei Shabbos, we stop and we say, wait, we got something. Whatever it was, whether it's 1%, a billionth of a percent, or 5%, whatever the little bit of God that we felt, now we ask Hashem, let's take that, let's take it with us. And that's the tefillah of Atich. That's the tefillah of V'hinayam, is that we're asking, it's a bakasha, that's the very basic, the lowest level, just to realize, we're saying to Hashem, please come with us. Like the Mashli said last week, the soldier's going out to battle, he practiced, and he has everything with him. Then when he goes out to battle, right now, is the tefillah, is the prayer to say, Hashem, help me in water. That's what's happening Motzei Shabbos.